In our previous video, we established the fact of fractional index, where we take that the denominator will be taken as the root and the numerator will be taken as the power, and it can be written in two forms: square root of y, or white root of a raised to the power x, and the white root of a all raised to the power of x. So let's take quick examples on this so that we can establish the meaning. So now let's take it for instance, we have 32 raised to the power of 1 over 5. 32 raised to the power of 1 over 5. Now, we recall where we say that x raised to the power 1 over n is equal to the nth root of x. Therefore, n in this case is 5 and x in this case is 32. So we can write 32 to be 1 over 5. This is a principle. So we can write 32 to 1 over 5. I'll put it here. And let's move this downward. So 32 raised to the power 1 over 5 will be the fifth root of 32. And the fifth root of 32 means something we'll have to multiply 5 times. One number we're going to multiply 5 times, that will get 32. And the answer is 2. Okay, because 2 times 2 times 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 all will give us what? 32. And you can punch this in your calculator to confirm. Also in the same vein, let's deal with 27 raised to the power of 2 over 3. Now in this case we are going to apply this principle. Now we can either go this route, use this formula, or this formula. So we'll try the two and we'll see how it can be applied. So x in this case is 2. You can say x is 2. Let me just write it here. And y in this case is what? Is 3. Likewise, a in this case is 27. So we are following this, what we have here, and then let's apply the first one. And the first one says that it is y, white root of a raised to the power x. Now this will give us the third root of 27 raised to the power of 2. 729 cube root, and the cube root of 729 is 9, because 9 times 9 times 9 will give us 729. Also, if you apply the format of y root of y, white root of a rather, all raised to the power of x, the white root of a all raised to the power of x, then therefore we know that our y is 3, our a is 27, all raised to the power of what? X. Now what is the cube root of 27? The cube root of 27 is, our x is 2. The cube root of 27 is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 will give us 27. So we will be having 3 squared, and this will give us 9. So whichever way we want to go with, we will arrive at the same answer. But all the same, I feel it is better to go with what we have here, because it's easy to find the nth root of a particular number that is smaller. So let's try again. Let's take another example. We have 64 raised to the power of 2 over 3. 64 raised to the power of 2 over 3. Now in this case, our 2 will act as the power, our 3 will act as the root, and 64 is the number. So we remember that let's recall our formula or our system of a raised to the power x over y is equals to y, or white root of a, or raised to the power x. Now in this case, we have this to give us the cube root of 64 all squared. Now what number are we going to multiply by 64? Or what number are we going to multiply 3 times that will give us 64? And that is 4, because 4 times 4 times 4 will give us 64. So that will give us 4 all raised to the power 2, and this will give us 16. So we can see this is very easy. Now what if we have a negative fractional index. A negative fractional index. Let's take, for instance, we have 4 raised to the power minus 3 over 2. Now, this will bring us back to the negative index that we had, that we say a raised to the power minus x is equal to 1 over a raised to the power x. Now, therefore, we are saying that 4 raised to the power minus 3 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over 4 raised to the power 3 over 2. So with that done now, we can now apply the principle of fractional index to 4 raised to the power 3 over 2. Okay, and then we'll apply this principle, we'll apply it to this, and therefore we'll have this to give us 1 over the root in this case is 2, that is the square root, okay, of 4 all raised to the power of 3, and the square root of 4 is 2, and 2 raised to the power of 3 is 8. So our answer will be 1 over 8. In the same vein, we can have another question that says we should simplify 0.125 raised to the power of minus 1 over 3. Now, to make this thing a little bit, alright, we can convert 0.125 to a fraction, and 0.125 will be 125 divided by 1000 all raised to the power of minus 1 over 3. Therefore, we have to apply the law of fractional index, and in this case, we'll first apply negative index here because of our minus here, and that means we are applying a raised to the power minus x is equals to 1 over a raised to the power x. Therefore, we are saying the 125 over 1000 all raised to the power minus 1 over 3 will give us 1 over 125 divided by 1000 raised to the power minus 1 over 3. Now, with this known, we can now apply our fractional index that says a raised to the power x over y is equal to the right root of a all raised to the power of x. Therefore, we will have our answer, but notice in this case that it is just 1 over 3, and moreover, there shouldn't be minus here. Apologies about that. It's just 1 over 3 because we have already applied the negative index rule. So 1 over 3 here means we are having square roots, okay, square root of 1000 over 125. Now, this brings us to solve. When we are solving spherical equations, this is something similar to this, and if we rewrite this, so we are going to make you can watch out the video of sorts to have more understanding of what's going to happen here. So this will be the cube root of 1000 divided by the cube root of 125, and from the rule of sorts we understand that root a over b is equals to root a divided by root b, and root ab is equals to root a multiplied by root b. Okay, so applying this principle here, now we will have it to give us 1 divided by the cube root of 1000 divided by the cube root of 125. So when we simplify this further, okay, I think we've made a mistake. 125 is the numerator and 1000 is the denominator. Okay, 125 is the numerator, 1000 is the denominator, and when we splitted it using sorts, we have the cube root of 125 divided by the cube root of 1000. So simplifying this further, the denominator comes because we have an inverse equation here, so this will be the cube root of 1000 divided by the cube root of 125. Now the cube root of 1000 is 10 because 10 times 10 times 10 is 1000. Okay, so the answer, the numerator is 10, and the cube root of 125 is 5 because 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 will give us 125. So this will lead us to the answer 2. So we can see our fractional index. Okay, we can have different forms in different formats. What we just have to understand is the principle that a raised to the power of x over y is equal to the white root of a raised to the power of x, which is also equal to the white root of a all raised to the power of x. And we can also apply other laws like the negative index, which is 1 over a raised to the power x. And in the next video, we'll take more examples on fractional indices.